Did you know the Mona Lisa was actually stolen and no one noticed for hours? Who took it? Why? And how did it vanish from the world's most famous museum? Imagine walking into the Louvre and realizing the Mona Lisa is gone, stolen. No alarms, no witnesses. It took over 2 years to find it. This is not just a painting. This is an art world heist legend. It was a quiet Monday morning in Paris, August 21st, 1911. The Louvre was closed like it always was on Mondays, but that day, something unthinkable happened. A handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian immigrant working in the museum, walked into the building wearing a white smock, just like the other museum workers. No one questioned him. He entered the Salon Carré, removed the Mona Lisa from the wall, and walked out the door. No alarms, no cameras, no guards, just gone. At first, no one even noticed. When the museum finally realized it was missing, they thought it was being photographed. It wasn't. And just like that, the world's most famous smile vanished into thin air. Stay weird, stay curious, stay priceless. You know what's wild? The world didn't always care about the Mona Lisa. Before 1911, she was just another painting in the Louvre. Beautiful, yes, but not a celebrity. That all changed the moment she vanished. Vincenzo Peruggia wasn't some mastermind criminal. He was a house painter, a handyman. But on that August morning, he and 2 accomplices hid inside the museum, waiting. When the Louvre closed its doors, they emerged from hiding, removed the painting from its frame, wrapped it in a smock, and walked out. No alarms, no chase, just 3 men, 1 priceless masterpiece, and a plan that somehow worked. For 2 years, no one knew where she was. Some blamed the Germans, others suspected Pablo Picasso. Seriously, it became a global obsession. But while the world was going mad, Peruggia had the Mona Lisa hidden under the floorboards of his tiny Paris apartment. Every day, people were outside the museum crying over the missing painting while he was literally standing above her. Then, in 1913, he cracked. He tried to sell her to an art dealer in Florence, thinking he'd be hailed as a hero for bringing her home to Italy. Instead, the dealer tipped off the Uffizi gallery, the police showed up, and boom, Peruggia was arrested. He served just 6 months in jail. That's right, 6 months. And here's the crazy part. This theft is exactly what made the Mona Lisa famous. Before the heist, she was admired. After the heist, she became iconic. But here's a twist you probably didn't see coming. What if I told you this wasn't even the only time the Mona Lisa was in danger? And what if she might not even be the real Mona Lisa? Stick around, because what happens next will change how you see the world's most famous painting forever. Why did Vincenzo Peruggia steal the Mona Lisa? And was it really just out of patriotism? So, why did Peruggia steal the Mona Lisa? Officially, he claimed it was out of patriotism, that he wanted to return her to Italy because Napoleon had supposedly stolen the painting during his conquests. Sounds noble, right? There's just one problem. That's not true. The Mona Lisa had been in France for centuries, long before Napoleon was even born. Leonardo himself brought it there in the early 1500s, and it had stayed in royal and state collections ever since. So, was Peruggia just misinformed, or was he lying? That's where the theories start flying. Detective hypothesis. 1. The foolish patriotism. Some believe Peruggia was just a naive man, manipulated by bigger players. He read too many nationalist newspapers, thought he'd be a hero, but ended up with a painting he didn't know what to do with for 2 years under his floor. But if that were the case, why not just give it to an Italian museum? Why try to sell it? Money, right? Hypothesis 2. Theft for money. Let's be real. He tried to sell it for a profit. He didn't go to the Uffizi with a gift, he went with a price tag. So was this just about money all along? That's what most art historians believe. Perugia worked inside the Louvre installing glass cases. He knew the security was weak. He saw his chance and he took it. But what if there's more to the story? Theory 3, staged to shock. Some even speculate the theft was an inside job, a PR stunt. Think about it. Before the theft, Mona Lisa was barely known outside France. Afterwards, she was on every newspaper, every front page. Could it be the Louvre or someone in the art world wanted her to become famous? Too crazy to be true? Maybe. But hey, this is the art world. Stranger things have happened. Python 4, a fake painting. Here's the wildest twist of all. What if the Mona Lisa that was returned to the Louvre wasn't the real one? Some conspiracy theorists believe the painting we see today is a replica, and the real Mona Lisa is hidden in a private collection somewhere. No proof, of course, but let's just say, with a painting worth over $1 billion, there's always room for mystery.
So was Perugia a thief, a patriot, or a pawn? Whatever the truth is, one thing's for sure, the theft made Mona Lisa a global icon. But what if she was never stolen in the first place? Would we still care? Would she still be the most famous face on Earth? You'd think the world's most famous painting would be treated like royalty, but no, people keep trying to destroy her. Let's take a look at the bizarre and shocking attacks on Mona Lisa, and trust me, they just keep getting weirder. 1956, not once, but twice. First, in 1956, some guy tried to slash the Mona Lisa with a razor blade. Luckily, he was stopped just in time. But if that wasn't enough, later that same year, Hugo Unjaga Villegas, a man from Bolivia, threw a rock at her. Why? I had a rock in my pocket and just felt like throwing it. That's literally what he said. The rock chipped off a bit of paint, but thanks to quick restoration work, the painting was back on display within days. And no, he didn't even get a cool villain name out of it. Alarm, 1974, red paint in Tokyo. For the first time in years, Mona Lisa left the Louvre and traveled all the way to Tokyo. Over 1 million people came to see her. But one woman, Tomoko Yonezu, decided to protest by spraying red paint at the masterpiece. Why? The museum had denied access to people with disabilities. She wanted to make a statement. Yonezu was arrested and fined, but her act led to real change. The museum eventually created an accessibility day for people with disabilities to view the painting safely. 2009, a cup of tea to the face? Fast forward to 2009, a Russian woman angry about her immigration issues walked into the Louvre and smashed a teacup against the Mona Lisa's bulletproof glass. Luckily, the glass held, but that's 3 attacks now. And the Louvre? They got the message. Security was upgraded big time. Cake attack? No, seriously. A 36-year-old man disguised himself as an old woman in a wheelchair. Sounds like a movie plot. Wait for it. He suddenly jumped up, tried to smash the glass, and smeared cake all over it. His reason? Artists should think about the earth. That's why I did this. Yep, a climate protest with cake. The Louvre filed criminal charges, but social media exploded. The incident was captured on camera and became an instant viral meme. Soup? If cake wasn't enough, in 2024, someone hurled soup at the Mona Lisa. Why? Another climate protest. At this point, the Mona Lisa's glass case has faced more food fights than a cafeteria. From razor blades to raspberry jam, people just can't stop attacking Mona Lisa. But no matter how many times they try, she survives, unfazed, unbothered, and more iconic than ever. But here's the real twist. What if these attacks made her more famous? Want more wild art stories? Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment if you've ever wanted to see the Mona Lisa in person, and share this with your most dramatic friend. Because art is wild.